As you can see, this is the entryway in the main hallway here of the house. And this door here, behind this door, is stuff that I've collected through over the years. Uh, I still got a little bit of work to do in there yet, but it looks really, really good. But further ado, here we go. We're gonna open up this door and you're gonna see it. Get a wide shot of that. Now those shelves over there, I did some rearranging. I got a couple of Diamond Select statues that are going to be coming here in the fall, winter time of this year, and then I got another one coming in February of next year. But that's where those are going to go. That's why that shelf is a little bit empty. But as you can see here, we do have the my Pioneer 55-inch, which I'll show you from the front view. Pioneer 55-inch 4K TV with the TCL soundbar and subwoofer down there. It is awesome. It sounds great. Not bad. I paid for that. It was like 74, I think it was 74 bucks. I have the lamp on, so that's why I decided to bring some light into there. But look at that. The Crystal Lake Road dead end. You go over here. I got the PS2 hooked up. You'll see that once I get closer. That's a video game monitor. There's the couch. Well, the lounge seat. Nice fit. Kind of reminds me of the, back in the day. I grew up I was born in the early 80s. Grew up in the 90s when Nickelodeon, on Saturday, Nickelodeon became SNICK, the big orange couch. That's what that kind of reminds me of. So, we'll get you a full 360 here. A little bit here. And there's my desk. I've actually got the New Mutants Omnibus Volume 1. I had a whole bunch of X-Men Omnibuses, but I ended up, selling them because, I had to have, money to put towards the down payment of the home here that I got. I've been living here for almost 20 years. But I decided to do this room this way. I have a lot of stuff. Like I said, a lot of the stuff, I didn't get all the stuff in one shot. This has been collected throughout the years. We're going to shut the door now. And we do have, this you don't see too often because the door's always open. But 24 by 36 inch of a poster of, 16 candles. They came out the year I was born, 1984. I'm going to be 40 here coming Monday, so this, definitely means a lot to me. It was done in Chicago. It was a John Hughes film. And my living wall, that's Michael Hall in there. We'll do the middle stuff and we'll do the top. You can see a Jason X, Favorites Jason poster. My Breakfast Club. 27 by 40 inch Breakfast Club poster. There's no way I would bring these big ones to a convention to have signed because it's too much to unravel, and then it covers the whole table. Then you gotta roll right back up on you, and you're worried about the autograph being smeared. Stuff like that. GoldenEye, by far one of my favorite Pierce Brosnan James Bond films of all time. The other one being World Is Not Enough. You can barely see that, okay. So you get the light, I'm sorry about the glare there. Yeah, it looks a lot better. And then over here, we got a Psylocke art print, one of my favorite X-Ladies, Storm, and then Jean Grey are my other favorites. Then we got Rainbow Mika and Sakura from Street Fighter. They hit the really funny pose right there. Then we got a pumpkin ghost face. The mask is pretty much like of a pumpkin. I think that's really cool. This is done by Stephen LaRousse Holiday. He does some great stuff. A lot of ghost face stuff out there. And then my Batgirl unmasked. So we're going to go from the top. I got that signed by by Melanie Kimmin, who played Pam. Right over there is Deborah Voorhees, who played Tina, and then you can barely see it, but Carol Locatell, who played Ethel, she just passed away about a year and a half ago. Friday the 13th Part 3, definitely one of my favorites. Tracy Savage, I met her there. That's a fun story in as well. She didn't come until Friday night. We went Friday night. Me and my buddy and my brother went Friday night. She didn't get in until like 9, almost 9 o'clock. But all the other cast members were there, and the convention started at around 5. But I got 2 autographs from her. I got an 8x10 over here on the 5-shelf bookcase here. But that's signed by Tracy Savage, director Stephen Miner, who also directed Part 2, Larry Zerner, who played Shelley. God, I can't remember his name, but he filled in for Richard Brooker. Richard Brooker was Jason in this film, but he also was the second Jason. He filled in for Mike DeLuna, is who it is. He filled in for Richard Brooker in 2 scenes there, and then you got David Cadence, who played Chuck in the film. And then this is really awesome. I gotta stand back to show you this. Friday the 13th Part 2, almost everybody is on here. The only one that is not on here is Adrian King, Steve Miner, Stu Charno, and of course you're not going to get Tom McBride because he passed away in 95. He played Mark in the wheelchair. Then I got this signed by Adrian King. I had a choice, either this or Part 2. And I said, I want Part 2, you know, or I want her on Part. We'll like to have her sign Part 1. She did that, real nice. Then we met Deborah Hayes, who played Claudette. She was one of the first kills in the original, along with her boyfriend Barry. We got a Chasing Nix. I remember seeing it. I still got my movie ticket from that year too. It was $4 for the matinee. We saw it on Saturday. Me and my best friend saw it. And then we got Freddy vs. Jason. And then we got the original Fog, that's signed by Tom Atkins. And I got an 8x10 of Some Kind of Wonderful of Leah Thompson, Eric Stoltz, and Mary Stuart Masterson. And I got some miscellaneous stuff here, some art prints, you know, originally Cook Mail-in autograph. Whip from King of Fighters, one of my favorite characters to play as on there. Right behind her is a Harley Quinn art print. I'm planning on getting 2 of these shelves because I got room for 2 more in here. But I got back to layer again. Look at that. This is actually right here. This is gonna be my gaming shelf. I got a ton of digital games online. I got to get a external hard drive. But as you can see, we got some Funkos, and we got some movies, Spider-Man stuff down here. You got the PS5 controller. Right down there is the Blu-ray player and my old laptop, which I'm gonna end up updating maybe this year or sometime next year, getting a new one. And then here we got some more posters. Moonraker, and then Clue from '85. And some of my Back to the Future NECAs don't got too much in there. There's that Tracy Savage autograph I was talking about. And I got that because I got 2 autographs of her because one, Derek McKenna, who was in Terror Train, was supposed to be at Days of Dead that year, and he never came, and I found out that his passport was expired. And there's my Emma Frost. She's in Diamond form, guys. This is Diamond Select. It's pretty cool. Read that. That's an awesome story. A pin that's American and Japanese flag put together. Pretty cool. My It NECA. Let's see if I can go ahead and get them open here. And there he is. And then Batgirl print right there. That's a good one. That the guy Steve Bayer, he's an artist. He does the pinups and stuff, and it looks so much like Yvonne Craig. It ain't even funny. And then some of my Batgirl collectibles right there. And here we are with the subwoofer. And then the sound bar. I'll show you all this in a real cool shot. And there we are, right there's the setup. Got Batch Future Part 3 poster. We got some really cool stuff here. X-Men. We got an X-Men beanie cap. It ain't a winter hat. It would have been cool. It's in the shape of a design of Cyclops. The Jim Lee design for Cyclops. X-Men 1 soundtrack from 2000. And I got the original X-Men from 2000 DVD. My mom and my late stepfather bought that for me for Christmas back, way back when this movie came out, and I just loved it. This I got, this was when I purchased the My Shrinyu from King of Fighters keychain. I thought the owner did a great job with that little sketch. That is, really neat. It looks really, really cool. And she is one of my favorite characters. I got this from when Suncoast was in the mall. They're no longer around anymore. Little Stan Lee bin. And here are some of my vinyls. King of Fighters in '95. Street Fighter Alpha, the first one. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. April Fool's Day, that's one of the newest ones I got. And then some of my Funko Pops. And then these, I'm hoping to go to Flashback Weekend. I might bring this to have Tony Todd sign because he played the voice of Venom in that. And then, of course, underneath that, you got my DVD of Tremors, which Michael Gross is making his very first appearance at Flashback Weekend. So hopefully I'll be able to meet him. And then we got, I'm a mixture. I love a lot of different things, including wrestling and stuff like that. I'm a big fan of the women's division and AEW and then WWE. And this is Fallon Henley, one of my favorite wrestlers. She's actually got a match this Sunday at Battleground. It's going to be like a six-woman match for the women's North American title. So I'm kind of, I would love to see her win it. And then Lola Vice, which I got the t-shirt on, Lola Vice, she has got a match against Shayna Baszler also in a underground match. And some of my books, Japanese. I haven't gotten into that in a while. I've been so busy, guys. But here we are, King of Fighters history book. Friday the 13th, Chris Lake Memories, all that cool stuff. Here's my vinyl player. It's really, really cool. It also plays Wi-Fi, so you link this to your Spotify, and then you can play You can play music from Spotify on there with the Wi-Fi. My pop-up parade of Chun-Li. I do got the pop-up parade of my Shrinyu King of Fighters. That'll be coming out in December. Looking real forward to that because I'll be moving this, and putting my Shrinyu right next to Chun-Li right here. And I got the Screen VHS. And that was a little gift from a friend of mine who I used to know online years ago. She gave me that. And then, some of my vinyl records. I got most of the Friday the 13th Wexford vinyls. I'm missing 6, 2, and 5. I got the Resident Evil remake from 2002. That was for the GameCube. This is my newest one. And right here, you're wondering what that is. That is actually the April Fool's Day vinyls, but I put them in a separate thing because the actual vinyl covering I was going to probably get signed by Deborah Foreman or Amy Steele one of these days. And then we got the late George Wilbur autograph right there when I met him at, I think it was Flashback years ago. This is from the Autoprint Deluxe Edition Blu-ray set that has the producer's cut of Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. And this is my very first 4K set, which is, or my very first 4K movie, or set, what you want to call it, Back to the Future. I knew right away when I was going to get into 4Ks, this was going to be my very first 4K pickup, and sure enough, it was. And I was looking for the regular 4K. This is actually, guys, this is actually the Steelbook edition. So you put them together, this is what you get right there. So, a Norman Bates figure. This is the only Norman Bates figure that's in existence that I know of from Movie Maniacs. It is a little bit beat up, the box. I got this off of eBay quite a few years ago. But I'm still trying to preserve it as much as I possibly can. Down here, we're going to start from the bottom. We got my original Friday the 13th box set, which is from Crystal Lake to Manhattan. A couple of movies back there. You know, nothing too spectacular. Well, I think they'd say it's spectacular. I like a lot of things. Horror, action, superhero, comedies, all that stuff, you know. Just a lot of fun stuff. And then we got my Wonder Woman 84, which a lot of people don't like that movie. I actually kind of liked it. It was a little slower paced than what the original, or what the first one was, but she looks pretty cool there. Then we got my another great 84 film, and it's the 40th anniversary of it, Footloose. I have not gotten the 4K of it yet. Sometime down the road, I will eventually get it. We are getting a little bit darker over here, so I'm going to put on a light. So there we are. Black Widow. Love Black Widow. One of my favorite Avengers. I think Scarlett Johansson did a great job. The only thing I didn't like is that I wish she would have had the Russian accent. Yelena Florence Pugh's Black Widow is awesome. She's got the accent in the whole 9 yards. King of Fighters, the women's team. Love those characters. The Bishojo statues, they made only one Bishojo statue out of this one out of the three, and that was Max Shrindu, but I didn't get it. Sometimes they over-sexualize their characters. Kobodo Bokia do sometimes actually over-sexualizes their character in the outfit that she's got on. There's no way a woman would be able to fight in that in real life, but I'm waiting for Yuri to come out in Bishojo format. Definitely going to pick that one up for sure. And Yuri is this one right here, Yuri Sakazaki from The Art of Fighting. And you got King as well. She's really, really cool. And then we got this here. If I wanted to play music CDs, I can play that on there. That's a mini boom box that I got from work. Somebody was throwing it away. So I checked to see if it works, and it works. And we got my King of Fighters, or Capcom vs. SNK 2 mug on display here. There's all the remotes for the TV, for the soundbar, subwoofer, and the Blu-ray player. And there we are. World's On Off, my second favorite Pierce Brosnan James Bond film. And these are my 8x10 Propolyo and my 11x17. I'll bring these to conventions. And then over here is like the top loaders I've gotten through the mail. I mean, through basically the mail, like high spot auctions, and I got 2 autographs that I got from Dart Parlor, which I'll show you here in a couple of minutes, guys. I've had this thing since 2006. I had to have a little tape because the plastic part's starting to come off, but I've had this since 2006. It runs for a couple of $100. I got it for like, I think, $40 when it first came out. I can't remember the price, but it wasn't in the triple digits. I'll tell you that right now. Alright, and I got some of my Friday the 13th NECAs. Got 2 Part 5. That's the Imposter Jason, and then you got the Dream Sequence Jason, the Jason from Part 7, and then Freddy vs. Jason over there, which is signed by King Kurzinger. I'm not going to go ahead and move that, but it's signed. I'll probably do a separate video on that sometime just to talk about it. We'll start from the bottom here again. So here I got the PlayStation 2 setup. Resident Evil 2 back there. Halloween H2O. You got all that good stuff back there. And then my Funko Pops. Some of these are in plastic protectors like these ones on the ends right here. This one and then these two. This one right here is the original Dark Phoenix Funko. They got a Funko Pop price guide, and when I checked it recently, it said this is worth $90. So I got a $90 Funko Pop here. I don't know if anybody would actually pay that to get it, but you just never know in this day and age. Somebody might pay $90. We'll see if it goes up to 100. It might go up to 100. I paid $8.75 for it when I bought it. But here's the gaming monitor. This is really cool. I got this off Etsy too from an artist. One of my favorites, Friday the 13th. The final, or not final chapter, but Friday the 13th Part 1 from 1980. Definitely a fun movie. I love it. I love the atmosphere. I love it. It's, you know, Friday the 13th was my very first horror film I saw. This is how I was introduced to horror, was through Friday the 13th. We got the director's cut of Resident Evil. And I love Resident Evil. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. So we got my Batgirl tin sign back there, Yvonne Craig. This is from the 1960s. Batgirl, she was in the 1960s Batman series with Adam West and Burt Ward. And this is one of two of my Dark Parlor original autographs that I got. This is a pre-order. Lena Liberato, who played Quinn in Scream 6. She had this signed. She signed this at Spookla in Florida, or Spooktacular in Florida. It's a horror convention. Then we got my War Games 1983. By far, if anybody had asked me what is your favorite Alex Sheedy movie, you're looking right at it right here. I love this film. Her and Matthew Broderick are just great. The chemistry with the both of them, and by far, you know. This was Alex Sheedy's second film. Her first film was done in the same year. This was in '83. So her second film, her very first film in '83, along with this one, was Bad Boys with Sean Penn. I did not like that one. But to me, this was her debut. I mean, either way, Bad Boys and this were her debut films. But to me, this was her debut film because this was the better film of the two. Up here you got Walter Emanuel Jones, who was the original Black Ranger, or the Black Power Ranger in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from the 90s. We got the Lady in the Lake from Friday Part 3. NECA, Mrs. Voorhees. This is kind of a special one because they had a James Bond Film Festival here in my town, right down the road from me, at the theater, and Maud Adams came. And I got that one. That was a good one. It's got a little bit of a scratch on it because I went to go transfer last year. I went to go transfer this into an actual better frame, and you can't see it, but like right near her face, part of the glass scratched the photo. But either way, it works great. You can't even tell from this distance. But I got Monica Keena. We got Robin Lively. We got Kane Hodder. That was my very first convention was Flashback Weekend, and he was my very first celebrity I ever met. So this is really cool. And then I got one more room to put someone else's autograph right down there sometime. Welcome to Cobra Island. Definitely, I'm a G.I. Joe fan. I love it. I mean, like I said, guys, everything in this room, I'm an all-rounder. I like different things. It's not just strictly horror. It's not strictly video games. It's a mix of everything you're going to see. And here's my Scream stuff. Funny story about that, and I've talked about this one time before. Jamie Kennedy was at Flashback Weekend for a mini Scream reunion, and he started to sign Everybody's a Suspect, and I had asked him, hey, can I get a quote? And he said, I didn't know you wanted a quote. And the quote that I wanted is one that's on this side. This is the one he already did. So I got two quotes for the price of one. He was very quiet. He wasn't, I think he was more wore out because it was Friday night, all the flying, they get there and stuff. But I mean, other than that, I really had no complaints about him. Other than he seemed like he was very very out of it. This I'm hoping to have signed in November by Rebecca Gayheart. I got Scream 3. I had a chance to meet Jeff Broughton, who played Ghostface in the film, or one of the Ghostfaces. Because they've always had like multiple people, multiple stuntmen that play Ghostface in the Scream films. But I decided to pass up on that. That's why I got the Tracy Savage autograph twice, an 8x10, and plus on my Part 3 poster Friday the 13th. This is really cool. This was actually this year at Indianapolis Comic Con in April. I met Mary McDonnell. I never thought I would meet somebody from Scream 4, especially somebody at her caliber. With some of the stuff that she has done. She was in Dancing with the Wolves. She was in Blue Chips with Nick Nolte and Shaquille O'Neal. Really nice, real nice lady. I went up there, met her, and she was talking to me. We were talking about her death scene, and I told her, I says, right when she got stabbed through the mailbox slot, the way her eyes looked, I told her, she said, you really sold that look, because it was almost like, yeah, like you actually really got stabbed, But this one came out pretty good. I got some of these from the next two here. This one in Part 6, I actually got these off of MoviePosterShop.com. The coloring in this is a little bit dark, but you can kind of make it out. But you really can see me. You really can see me in the glare of the glass here, man. It's pretty funny. Hey, everybody, how you doing? In Part 6, I can't wait to see what Part 7's poster is going to look like. Can't wait for that film anyway, because you got Kevin Williamson directing it, the guy that created Scream. Down here is my second Dark Parlor Originals autograph 8x10 of Laurie Metcalf as Mrs. Loomis in Scream 2. I got this because I'm not going to be able to make it to Fan Expo in Chicago this August, because I'm already going to be possibly going to Flashback Weekend. But I would have loved to have had met Lori. But, she's an Illinois native. She was, I believe, born in Carbondale, Illinois, which is about 4 hours from where I live. So it's a real honor to know that I got a Ghostface that's actually from Illinois, or an actress that played a Ghostface from Illinois. I thought that was really cool, representing Illinois here. But yeah, that was the reason why I got it. It's because I knew I wasn't going to be able to get to Fan Expo, because when you come to do these conventions, I don't really want to do one right after other right away, because Flashback Weekend is August 2nd to August 4th, and Fan Expo Chicago is August 16th. So that's like a week free in between. Both of these conventions are about a week apart or so. But we got this is really amazing, and I'm lucky I got to meet Julian Sands and Oxford Blues. This also has Rob Lowe, of course, and an Ally Sheedy, who I didn't know wasn't in this film. This was from '84 as well. I am so honored to have met him before he was killed. I mean, he was hiking in the mountains, and he ended up missing, and we kind of figured that, yeah, he's a goner. And they, about a couple months after that, it was like 4 or 5 months, they did find his remains, and yeah, he did pass away. But I had asked him, what was it like working with Rob and Ally, because they were just starting out, because this was actually Ally Sheedy's third film. And he had said Rob was just a terrible rower, and because there's a scene where they have to row and stuff. A couple scenes in here about boat rowing at the university that they're at. But yeah, he said they were young, they were just starting out, and they were willing to do what it was to film and stuff like that, do their parts and stuff. And I thought it was really cool to find that out. And one of my favorite films, my best friend didn't like this film for some reason, but I love it. Quicksilver from 1986. Kevin Bacon, man, you can't go wrong with Kevin Bacon. The Baconator, I call him, or the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon is what they say. But here is my Friday the 13th collection. VHS. The first 8 films. Well, actually, I got Jason Goes to Hell right down there, and these are all in VHS projectors too. And I got this cube, which is pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool because you don't get to see too much of like the other cast members from the film in art form with something like this. You got Fox, you got Vera, and you got Debbie down there. Some real cool stuff. And one of these VHSs is signed, and you're gonna see it, and you actually see it right down to part 6. It's signed by C.J. Graham. He didn't personalize it, so this probably is gonna be worth something. If you don't, when you do autographs, if you don't have them personalized to you, they're worth more because they don't have to, so and so on it. Now the sign here, I got this off of Etsy from an artist. She did this for me, and this costed close to $80 to have done. The mask here was, I got this at Ricky, I can't remember his name, but he was in Terrifier 2. He was the selfie guy, I guess that's what they call him. He does everything with the hawks and stuff. And I got instead of a Jason mask, I got the Roy Burns mask from Friday 5. And then we got Jason Goes to Hell. And right down here, as you can see, here's a Ghost of Face floor mat. And then we got a Captain America tin sign, and then part of the flap to the Emma Frost figure, which I decided to cut off and just to show on display right there. And we got get back over here, a Justice League Injustice poster I had, and then my X-Men 2 poster right there framed. One of my favorites. I mean, I actually like the first one the most. It's my favorite film. And we got some autographs here. Mariah May. That was my very first wrestling autograph I got off of High Spot Auctions. She's in AEW. She's from England. We got Supergirl 1984 poster. Tori Wilson. She is definitely one of my favorite. She is definitely one of my favorite women wrestlers of the what do you want to call it? The Attitude Era, or whatever you want to call it. She admitted herself she wasn't that great a wrestler, but I mean, I liked her over Trish Stratus. I know Trish Stratus is very, very popular, but other than that, but yeah, she was doing a signing from High Spot Auctions as well, so I got that. So I got that one. And then here's my desk setup, or my posters right here. Back to Future 1, 2, Roger Moore, and For Your Eyes Only. And then we got Teen Wolf. I've been reading this. This is my X-Men Omnibus, or my New Mutants Omnibus. There's my tablet. There's the desk jacket for the New Mutants. And here's a list of a lot of the digital games I got off the PlayStation Store. Like I said, I got to get an external hard drive so I can save all these on there. And then down here we got just some miscellaneous stuff. My digital camera back there, stapler, tape measure, Pixel Pals, flash. One of my favorite NECAs I got here is my Nightmare on Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge NECA. Love it. This is my favorite movie in the Elm Street franchise. People are probably going to be thinking, hey, what about the first one? The first one was good. I like the first one. I think 1 was scary. I think 2 was scary. 3 was scary, but it also got into the comedy. When it started getting into the comedy stuff, I didn't really care much for it anymore. But my brother actually likes this one too. I know there's quite a few people out there that are also fans of the second one as well. I mean, I like it. I enjoy it, and it's a fun one to watch. And it's the one I'll watch the most out of all of them, to be honest. But some people want to go ahead and say, hey, the first one was the best one. Yeah, the first two to me, I love. Anything beyond the second one, I don't really watch. I'll give Dream Warriors a 50-50, but I don't watch that too often. But behind here, we actually got, and this is naturally arcade marquee of X-Men versus Street Fighter. I thought this was going to be a 10 sign that I can have hanging above my window in here, and it wasn't. It's actually a lithograph almost. So I had to get a separate custom frame for it, but it looks really, really cool. I got it down here and said, hey, let's put it down here. It looks really, really awesome. And I actually played this game with Derek Galloping Ghost, and man, was it hard to play. I mean, of course, you got the joysticks and the buttons versus, the controllers you have at home on your console systems. But yeah, so that is it. And we got one more little section we're gonna show, and we're coming up here. We got my Ghost face mask, a tin sign of the very first Scream from '96, an art print, which I got this from SD2 of Neve Campbell, Sidney Prescott, a character poster, or a reimaging of the character poster for Scream 5, and then my Elseworlds Thrill Killer Batgirl figure. And then here we go. We're getting to the nitty gritty here, and we're just about done. I got this Indian plaque of wall art years ago from one of my past jobs, way back 17 years ago. I got these. It's a little chipped on the top, but hey, it doesn't bother me any. Then wooden signs of Yuri Han and Cammy from the Street Fighter franchise. And a Hot Wheels Wonder Woman car. A little bit of Chinese writing, kanji, believe. And here's the companion piece to the female of that plaque that I got, or a little art, a decor. And then my Deanna Purrazzo. I didn't get this on a live signing. It was already signed previously at a convention that High Spot Auctions did. Then we got, as you can look at, I might be doing a top 10 women's wrestlers who were better than the Four Horsewomen video. I just thought about that before I did this video here. Scarlett Johansson is Black Widow in Iron Man 2. Zaya Brookside, she's in TNA now, guys. She did the signing of High Spot Auctions. This was actually my last autograph from High Spot Auctions that I got. And then Serena Benson. And then that is it. This is it. This is it for the 2024 room tour. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been a blast doing this. Got a little bit of more stuff I can possibly fit in here. This type of shelf here, I'm probably going to get two more. One is probably going to go right here, and the other one's going to go right over there. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been, like I said again, it's been a blast. And other than that, I'm going to get going and get out of here, and possibly maybe do some live streaming tonight with more Resident Evil Revelations. Take care, and see you guys back here later.